Let's be honest, you want more than just a moment of rest. You want to feel grounded in your body. You want to be present in your life. You want to feel calm, clear, and connected, not just on Sundays, not just on holidays, but all the time. You want to stop burning out, you want to stop numbing out, and you want to stop checking out. You want to be the kind of person that is able to slow down without any guilt, the kind of person who knows how to enjoy stillness, who can be soft without falling apart. But every time you try to relax, something inside of you resists. It's like your mind is telling you, we are finally safe now, but your body doesn't believe it. It doesn't feel it. It doesn't understand it in order for it to actually relax. If you're going through this, I want you to understand that the reason why you're going through this is because when you're trying to relax, when your nervous system is in survival mode, it's like you're trying to fall asleep with one foot on the brake and the other on the gas. Your eyes are closed, but everything inside of you is still running, and it's running on high speed. It's pushing you forward. It still thinks that you're moving. It still thinks that you're rushing. And of course, you don't feel rested. Of course, it feels impossible for you then to slow down, because your body doesn't need more self-care routines. But what it really needs is a new relationship with the safety. So in this video, I'm going to show you why you struggle to relax and how to finally teach your nervous system to soften, not just mentally, but somatically, so you can stop surviving your life and you start living it. So let's begin. Your body is actually addicted to anticipation and not presence. So this is not about you being anxious, and this is about how your system has learned that rest equals danger, that calm also equals danger. So this happens because maybe you grew up in environments where things went wrong quickly, where peace was always followed by a crash, when peace was always followed by arguments. And so your body wired itself to never fully feel settled and never fully feel safe, because your body felt that it was safer for it to be ready than to be caught off guard. So even now, when you get these moments of relaxation, these moments of rest, your system still whispers to you, don't relax yet, don't let your guard down yet, it's not safe for you to do that. So this happens unconsciously, and you don't realize that this is happening, but you can see that your body listens to that whisper. Your body listens to that suggestion, because that whisper turns into muscle tension, it turns into restlessness, it turns into thoughts that spiral. So now you have mistaken this as your personality trait. You have mistaken yourself as a person that is anxious, and this is who you are, and this is how you expect things to forever be. But this is nothing to do with who you deeply are. It's what your body believes it has to do in order for you to not get hurt again, to not get caught off guard again. And this is why for you, doing nothing doesn't feel like rest, it feels like a threat. Your body now is trying to protect you, but trying to prevent the pain that it couldn't predict the last time. And I want you to understand that this is not dysfunction. There's nothing wrong with you. That is just survival. Your body thinks and feels that it needs to protect you, needs to keep you alive, because the last time this happened, this broke you so much that it threatened your existence. So now to protect you, tries to do anything in its power to not allow things to caught you off guard again. So once you understand that, you can stop blaming yourself for not being able to relax. You can then start giving your nervous system what is actually craving, what it actually needs. And what it actually needs is consistency, is presence, and proof that this time peace is safe. Peace is not gonna let me vulnerable. Peace is not gonna let me get caught off guard. You mistake stillness for being stuck. We don't understand that stillness and stagnation can feel the same to a dysregulated nervous system. So when you finally slow down, instead of peace, instead of slowness, instead of calm, shame pops up instead. And so your mind starts to wonder, am I falling behind? Should I be doing something instead? Am I being lazy now. And this is happening because your nervous system links value with motion. It thinks that the more you move, the more you do, the more you act on, the more value you're able to create, more valuable you are. So as long as you're moving, you feel worthy, you feel deserving, you feel good enough. The moment you stop, that identity basically is like completely taken away from you. You feel the complete opposite. You feel like, oh, because I'm not doing, because I'm not acting, because I'm not taking actions, that means that then I'm not worthy. That means then I'm not valuable. That means that then I'm not good enough. And so your body immediately, in order to get away from this idea that you're not good enough, what does it do? It starts to rush again. Not towards purpose, not towards aligned actions, not towards inspired actions, but trying to rush away and to get away and to get as far as possible from that discomfort of stillness that tells your mind, and your mind interprets as you not being good enough. And when we're going through that, we think that we're running towards success, we're running towards our achievements, we're running towards our goals. But most of the times when this is happening, we're just actually running away from the fear that we don't matter unless we are achieving. And stillness exposes all of these parts of us that we have tried to outrun, that we have tried to run away from. But again, this doesn't mean that you're broken. That doesn't mean that you're gonna continue living your life being this way. It means that now you can be strong enough and allow that stillness, allow that rest, in order for you to allow those parts of you to speak and to express themselves. It means that there's finally space for the parts of you that have been continuously ignored, for them to finally speak and finally express themselves. You've built an identity around urgency. Your value was measured in how much you could do. So that resulted for you to becoming the reliable one, for you becoming the fixer, the high achiever, the person who doesn't need help, the person that holds everything together, the person who has to always figure things out for themselves. You weren't taught in any way how to rest. You were taught how to earn it. And so now when you try to slow down, it feels like you're letting everyone down. It feels like you are not there for people. You're not there fixing something, which feels threatening to you because you are basically losing the identity that made you feel enough. If I am the fixer, if I am the person people can rely on, if I am the responsible one, then people see my value, then I can be something that people rely on, then people see my value, then people need me, then that means I'm worthy, then that means I am deserving, and that means that people want me in their life. But if you're not that, if you rest, if you don't fix something, then that means you're no longer someone that people can go and rely on. And that threatens your entire identity. It threatens how good enough you feel for people to love you. You're questioning now, am I lovable now? Is just being myself enough for people to love me when I don't have anything to give them, anything to fix for them? So if your identity depends on urgency, then peace will always feel like a threat to your self-worth, will always feel like a threat to your value, to what you're deserving. You have to understand that you have mistaken your nervous system survival strategy with your own personality. You think that this way that you used in order to survive at that moment where you didn't know what else to do, how else to act. You've mistaken that now as who you are. You're not just a go-getter, you're not just the person that has it all together, you're not just the high achiever, the fixer. You're just someone that learned and was programmed to understand that stillness made you invisible. Stillness didn't make you worthy. Stillness didn't make you deserving. You always need to do something and rush somewhere and fix something and help someone in order for you to have value. And that's not your truth. It's just your programming. And once you're able to separate who you are from who you had to be. You can start choosing a new pace. You can start choosing a new rhythm of life. You can start choosing calmness. You can start choosing peace. You can start choosing a new pace, a pace that nourishes you now instead of draining you. Your mind outran your body years ago. So you can explain your trauma, you can understand your trauma yourself, but you can still flinch when someone hugs you. You have maybe read all of the book, you've listened all of the videos on the topic, you have journaled all of your feelings, but your breath can still be shallow, your chest is still tight, your shoulders feel so tense and so heavy, and your thoughts still race before bed. And that is because healing isn't knowing, isn't intellectually understanding something that means, oh, if I intellectually understanding, that means I know I'm doing this, therefore like I'm healed. Awareness does help and it is the first step, but it doesn't give you the healing. Awareness is the first step, but it's not the whole process. So even though you understand something, it doesn't mean that you healed it just because you have awareness on it. So healing is not knowing. Healing is actually embodying. Your body is the last part of you, is the last link on the chain to believe that you are safe. Because while your mind can logic its way forward, your mind can intellectually understand why you're acting this way, where is this all coming from, your body only speaks through experience. Your body only speaks through sensation. So if you didn't have the experience of safety, if you didn't have the sensation, and therefore from that experience you have that feeling and that sensation of safety, then your body won't actually complete the process and the last step, which in order to get you the desired result of feeling, of healing. Because the last part is embodiment. Whatever it is that you're looking for safety, looking for security, looking for love, the first step might be awareness, but the last step is embodiment. And you won't be able to heal whatever you put your awareness and your intellectual understanding on unless you're able to embody that feeling that your body is craving from that desired experience, from that desired outcome. If you think about it, every desired result that you want is associated with a feeling. So when people look for experiences, they're looking for the feeling of love. When people are looking for money, some people may be looking for the feeling of freedom, the feeling of safety, the feeling of stability, the feeling of security. So whatever it is that you're looking and whatever outcome it is that you're desiring, there is a feeling attached to it. So the thing that you need to do in order to heal that part of you, in order to heal that part of you that doesn't feel worthy of that outcome, you need to come to the place where you embody that feeling, where you already give that feeling to yourself and you give that experience to yourself before it actually manifests into your reality. You don't trust what life might bring if you slow down. So there is this quiet and unconscious fear that is running the show, and is one of the stronger reasons and root causes why you can't just slow down, why you can't feel safe during rest and during peace. And that is because of the belief that if I slow down, if I stop trying so hard, then everything might fall apart, then I might lose everything. And that fear is rooted in the part of you that had to earn every ounce of safety, every ounce of love, every ounce of attention. For that part of you, it believes that relaxing means letting go of control. And letting go of control means getting hurt. Because if you let go of all of the control, if you stop forcing things, if you stop controlling things, if you stop holding things together, then you think that everything is going to fall apart. But what actually happens is that everything falls together, because you have this false illusion that you are controlling things, that you are holding things together, but you're actually just holding resistance and you're not allowing yourself to move to the next phase. You don't give yourself that self-trust to believe that things are going to work out and I'm gonna be able to figure things out no matter how things turn out. So for you, you are afraid of rest, you are afraid of peace, you're afraid of calmness because because you think that for that to happen, it requires you to let go of control. It requires of you to have something bigger than that fear of holding things together. And what is actually required from you there is self-trust, is faith, is confidence in yourself and in your ability to handle things no matter how they turn out. To trust that there is a bigger plan in place for you. So of course, when you're in that state of wanting to have constant control, instead of resting, you brace yourself for impact. You overfunction, you force, you chase, you try to control, you try to hold and squish things together to be in the way that you think they should be. And that is because even though you're exhausted and even though you feel like I can't just hold things together anymore, by trying that and by doing that and by forcing that and by holding control, it gives you a false sense of safety. It gives you the illusion of safety. And so that stillness that you deeply crave, it just terrifies the part of you that has always been in charge of your survival. Because if you're craving rest, if you're craving stillness, that means that that part of you that is in survival can't be there, and it can't therefore protect you anymore. And if it can't protect you, it feels threatened. It feels like that is threatening its existence. That part of you that won't let go isn't being dramatic. It is just protecting you in the only way that it knows how. But now it's your job to understand that rest isn't abandonment, rest isn't weakness, rest isn't vulnerability, but it is actually how your nervous system learns that love, that safety, that whatever it is that you're craving isn't earned. These things aren't earned. They can just simply be received without any performance, without any excess effort, without you being drained, without you suffering. Slowing down feels unbearable because it is the first time that your pain has space to speak. Most people think that they hate to slow down. They think that they love to always be on the go-go, to always move, to always do something, to always keep themselves occupied. But what they're really avoiding is what it shows up when they do. When they do slow down, what it shows up that scares them enough to make them want to start doing again, to start avoiding again, to start distracting again. Stillness is where that grief lives, is where that heartbreak lives, is where that shame, that disappointment, that guilt, all of the feelings that you have been suppressing, you have to face them in those moments of stillness, because those are the moments that they feel like, well, now is my chance to come up, because now is my chance to actually have any attention on me. Everything you've tried to outrun while you were trying to keep yourself busy, it finally catches up with you when you are quiet. So it's not that you are lazy or that you are chaotic. It's not that you are not strong enough to just relax and rest. It's simply you have been trying to protect yourself from what you didn't feel ready to feel, from what you didn't feel ready to fully accept and fully face. So this helps you to understand that your nervous system isn't actually resisting peace, isn't actually resisting stillness, but it is resisting the feelings that are going to come up when that stillness is there. It's trying to protect you and brace itself for all the pain that is coming when that stillness comes, because that means those emotions will come, and therefore that pain is going to be felt, and it's trying to protect you from it. But you have to understand that you are stronger than that. You have to give your nervous system the sense of safety and understanding that I can face these emotions, I can feel these emotions, and I can come out of them better. Those emotions just need my attention for just a minute. After I feel them, after I see them, after I understand them, after I put my focus on them and they feel felt, they feel seen, those emotions, they calm down, they feel seen, they don't act in any dramatic way in order for them to be perceived, in order to be seen. They have achieved what they wanted to achieve, which was to be seen, which was to be understood. So once you do that, then you can move forward with an insight from digesting and integrating that feeling, integrating that emotion, because every emotion is also giving you a lesson. Every experience is giving you a lesson. And once you're able to teach yourself that I can go beyond that shame, I can go beyond that grief, I can go beyond that guilt, you teach yourself that you are stronger than your emotions, and that your emotions don't control you, but actually they're there to help you, they're there to guide you. And so you don't fear them and you don't try to get away from them at any opportunity of facing them, but you can just give them a moment of your day to face them, to feel them, to see them, and then to move forward with your life, to move forward with your rest. Your pace is inherited and not chosen. A lot of us, we have learned our fast pace and our beliefs that taking time to slow down, taking time to rest is lazy, is something that is looked down upon, not because you came in this world and you believe that, and not because this is your identity, but this is what you were taught to think. And a lot of us, we go through a phase in our life where we're not chasing goals for ourselves. Maybe sometimes you're running to live up to your parents' anxieties, to live up to your parents' expectations, to live up to society's expectations. You're trying to match a world that has told you to always hurry up. We're living in a very masculine and action-oriented society where action and achievement and go energy and doing is glorified. And it's not so much achieving that is glorified as much as doing. Even when you achieve something, even when you reach success to your greatest goal, society is going to ask you what is next, what are you gonna do next, as if that thing is not enough. What society is glorifying is action, and any inaction, any rest, any moment of stillness is looked down upon as something that, why are you doing that? This is not what other people are doing. This is just very feminine, and anything feminine is just considered weak. It's considered vulnerable. It's considered that, well, now that you stop, things are gonna stop working out for you. Well, actually, in reality, you need the balance of these two forces in order to create your desired reality. Because if you're only go, then you never have those moments of alignment, of intuition, of creativity, of inspiration to put you forward and put you closer to your desired outcome. Because you're just taking mundane actions, uninspired actions without any creativity, hoping that is going to get you to your desired destination. But what actually takes you there is aligned action, is inspired action, is action that comes from that momentum of creativity, of inspiration, which comes then from your feminine energy. So instead of trying to earn love, success, safety through speed, results, and output, try to teach yourself that the only for me to earn these things and to have them consistently in my life is by having the balance of both aligned action and rest. And you can't grow your muscles by only going to the gym and never sleeping, never resting, because rest is what allows your muscles to fully grow and to fully develop, because it's a 50-50 job. 50% of that result is because of the action, and 50% of that result is also due from the rest. So take a moment to ask yourself, is this rhythm really mine? Is this rhythm really coming from me? Or is this the rhythm that I was programmed to have? Is this the rhythm that I'm forced to have in order to catch up with everything, in order to do everything? What you might be calling as your personality, as your identity, might just be just a survival tempo that you have never questioned, that you have never sit down and ask, is this really what I want? Is this really who I am? Is this really coming from me? And finally, you keep waiting to deserve slowness. You have internalized the idea that rest is a reward and not your divine right, not your right as a human. So you push through your limits, you keep doing, you keep forcing, you keep pushing yourself, waiting for something externally to tell you, okay, now you should rest because you've earned it. Now you can take a break because you've earned it. You are waiting for external signals, for external people to tell you, wow, you worked so hard, now you should take a break. But you have to understand that permission might never come. People will always seek what is best for them. And maybe what is best for them is for you to keep doing and keep giving. And if you keep giving and never have a moment of rest, your glass is going to end up being empty. So the only way for you to fill up your own glass is through rest, is through time with yourself. Not time like watching TV, distracting yourself, scrolling through your phone, because even that you might think that is rest, but your energy is still outwards. Your spotlight is still on the external, it's still on a TV, on a series, on your phone, on your scrolling, on your Instagram. The spotlight of your energy is not on you. And it's only when that spotlight is on you that then you recharge yourself with that energy, because you're able to circulate that energy and to create more energy for yourself. And that's why when people are doing something they love, they actually feel recharged, because they are acting from a place of focus on what it feels right for them, what it feels good for them. And because it comes from this place of love and this place of joy, they feel more charged spending hours of doing something they love than spending 2 minutes of doing something they hate. So it is very important for you to be able to allow yourself to rest, to be able to allow yourself that intentional time with yourself, with the things that fill you up, that fill up your glass, that fill up your energy. Because what you resist isn't relaxation. What you resist is the belief that I haven't earned this time of rest. I haven't earned this time of relaxation and stillness. So therefore I need to do enough and burn out myself enough in order to feel like I've done something good enough to get my rest. So you understand now that rest isn't something that needs to be achieved. Rest is something that you have to claim for yourself. It's something that needs to become your standard, your boundary for yourself, in honor of yourself. You don't need more output to justify input. The version of you who slows down doesn't need to be productive first. She needs to be allowed first. She needs to feel like she has the permission to relax, the permission to rest first. And that permission, where does that come? Whether you say to yourself and you put the condition that in order for me to be deserving of a rest, I need to work, that is a condition you put for yourself to think that then I deserve that rest. But if you just give yourself that permission now, if you put no conditions on your rest and you just allow yourself to feel deserving of it without having to do anything, without putting any conditions on it, then you are then allowed to enjoy it. You are the person that puts the conditions. You're the person that puts all of the rules, all of the laws of what you deserve or not. And sometimes we just need to take this rest. And so allowing yourself to take this rest is one step closer for you to understanding that everything that I want, I am the one that firstly needs to give myself the permission to have them without any conditions, without any rules, without any laws, without any pre-requirements. And so once you teach yourself that that you can have what you want because you allow yourself to have it, you give yourself that permission, then you teach yourself that you can have that with any other thing, not just with the rest. You can have it with any goal that you are seeking and you're looking to achieve. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this video helped you and it served as your reminder that resting and slowing down isn't something that you have to feel guilty, feel shameful, or something that you need to earn. It's your divine right, and now you have the understanding and the realization that you're the only one that is holding you back from feeling that full rest, from feeling that full safety, calm and peace. So now that you have the awareness, you can start embodying this feeling. You can start teaching your nervous system to feel safe with rest, to feel like this is what actually helps me to thrive and not simply survive. So thank you so much for watching. I love you, I appreciate you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.